Now we have Terence Crawford with Amir Khan April 20th. How do you break down that fight?
Well, I think it's a great fight. I think that Ramirez needs a fight like this. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Amir Khan needs a fight like this because the reason why is because, you know, as you get a certain point in your career, you need something to get you up for a fight. I mean, you know, Amir Khan is rich. He's filthy rich, you know what I mean? And these type of fights get you nervous and get you up. And so you go back and you train as hard as you can. You see he got back with Verge. He's back up there up north, you know, not too far from here, you know, and got back with his team. And he's going to come out strong. He definitely is. I think first half of the fight's going to be interesting if he don't get caught early because, you know, there's nothing you can do about that chin. Some people have it, some people don't. And we've seen in the past, every time Amir Khan steps in there with a big puncher or anybody with some sort of timing, like Terence Crawford, you know, it could be over any round. You just never know. So, I mean, you saw in the Canelo fight when he moved up in weight, he was winning some early rounds. He was dominating in the beginning, but as he slowed down a little bit later in the fight, I think 5 or 6, I think it went 5 to be honest with you. He got caught, and he went to sleep. And I think I see the same outcome, similar outcome, in the Terence Crawford fight. Thanks.
Okay, and speaking of Terence Crawford, he has a big fight against Amir Khan. April 20th cannot come any sooner. What does Terence Crawford have to do to get another victory this time against Amir Khan?
Just be Terence Crawford that he is. You know what I'm saying? Terence got a lot of tools in the toolbox to where wherever he need to go in there and use them, he can use them and pull out a win, maybe even a stoppage.
What does he have to watch out for from Amir Khan?
Khan got fast feet, fast hands, so, you know, Terence have to be aware of that too.
What do you think about his fight against Amir Khan?
I think it's going to be a competitive fight for a couple rounds, and I think Terence is going to take over. Honestly, man, I'm a fan of Terence, and I'm not, you know, not kissing his butt or anything like that. I'm just keeping it real. We've known each other for a while, yada, yada, yada. But when you watch the dude fight, he really is something special. And, you know, it's only a matter of time before he gets a fair shake in his boxing game. I think he's overlooked, underrated, and I'm looking forward to that fight. You know, any fight he has, again, if him and I fight, it's because him and I decide to fight. Nobody's going to force him and I to fight.
Would he be a tougher fight in Spence?
We look forward to this fight on April 26th, and we look forward to seeing you with a fight a champion at 154. Speaking of champions, I'd like to get your thoughts on the fight that we're going to be seeing next week. We have Terence Crawford taking on Amir Khan. Not a lot of people give a great chance to Amir Khan. What do you see in that fight? What's your prediction on that?
I see it as a good fight. Good fight. I see. You want my prediction? I can see Amir Khan giving Terence Crawford a good fight for the first 4 rounds, and then from the 5th round, 6th round, 7th round, I could see Terence Crawford taking over and maybe even finishing up the fight. But no matter what, it will be a good, intense fight. You never know what can happen. Another fight that I'm looking forward to is the Zurdo Ramirez fight coming up this Friday, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good one. Yeah, Friday, tomorrow, it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that one as well. And then after that, you have Jaime Mujia on DAZN fighting Dennis Hogan for the WBO World Championship. And then you also have us, of course, Estrada Rubisai rematch.
Big fights for Jesse, but he must win, and win well on April 26th.
When I hear Kell Brook, of course, my mind automatically goes to Amir Khan. We know Amir Khan's fighting next week against Terence Crawford. Do you feel that his abilities will be able to help him and get the victory over a tough challenge in Terence Crawford?
It's a very, very difficult fight. You know, it's similar really to Kroller against Lomachenko. You know, they're both pound for pound top guys, Crawford and Lomachenko. Amir has the speed and skill to compete with anybody, but sometimes he does trade too much. Sometimes he does, you know, lose his discipline, and he must keep his discipline, keep his shape to be competitive in this fight. But he does have the skill to do it, and you know, we're behind him 100%, and hopefully he can get the win.
If it were not to be his night and he loses to Crawford, does that scrap out a fight against Kell Brook?
Depends how he was to lose. You know, if he was in a great fight and he was really competitive, I believe the Brook fight's still there. You know, if all of a sudden you know, he went and didn't quite perform and say he lost early in the fight, then the Brook fight would maybe fade away. But, you know, all eyes on Crawford fight for Amir Khan and hopefully coming through that fight with the win.
Strong again. No one's going to hold you back, and that's Scott Quigg.
Now, speaking about heart, what about Amir Khan? So many people here in the U.S. I don't know how the news are in the U.K., but in the U.S. they're not giving Amir Khan that big of a chance against Terence Crawford next week. How do you see it?
Well, in order to have a great fight against Terence Bud Crawford, Amir Khan, Adriana, has got to be at his very finest. He's had brilliant days. I've watched his entire career. I knew him as a 16-year-old before he even went to the Olympics and won a silver medal at age 17 against Mario Quindelan of Cuba. And he's really got to produce a pinpoint accurate performance that involves boxing, movement, precision, power, speed. But the most important thing of all is that he's not drawn into a toe-to-toe war, which is what Amir wants all the time. If he had a Marco Antonio Barrera chin, if he had a Carl Froch chin, you know, if he had an Andre Ward chin, he could do that. But he's got to be very careful. Crawford is a very dangerous, very spiteful, already elite fighter who's bound on his way to the Boxing Hall of Fame, and he's still, I think, maybe 60% into his career. Can Amir Khan steal a victory? Yes, he can. Will he stop Bud? I'm not sure about that. Can Amir be stopped? Yes, he can. And I think he probably loses in 7 or 8 rounds against Bud Crawford. But the romantic side of me, the philosophical side, the side that has 17 years of shared history with Amir, is that I'd love to see him take Crawford all the way and win a very close split points decision.
Hopefully the fight is very competitive and very exciting. Next week I will be here in Carson at Fox Studios. I'll be working with Fox for the Danny Garcia Angel Granados fight.
Foxy Fox here.
Foxy Fox, huh? All right, Adriana Jimenez, Foxy Fox for Fino Boxing. Too many F's in there. Before I let you go, I know you're a busy man. Break down. Oh,
Chilled, you know?
yeah.
About a cup of tequilas today.
What is it? The sexiest granddad? You're like, she said it.
She said. No, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
I feel like it's going to be a real good fight. I feel like Danny's going to stop him either in the 10th round or 9th.
This goes another big fight. Crawford against Khan. Obviously, I won't have the time to maybe check it out live and then record it. You know, what are you expecting to see from Crawford?
I think Crawford's going to stop him in the 3rd round. Khan doesn't really have a chin. Crawford's a really hard hitter. He's precise and he's fast.
Look at, obviously, after that, you have Canelo, Mexican just like you, against Jacobs. Are you a fan of Canelo, or are you going to be tuning in for that fight?
Definitely, you know, we're Mexicans and you got to support each other. But definitely, I feel like it's going to be a tough fight. I think it's going to go out 12 rounds. Jacobs is not any pushover, as you saw with against Triple G. Even I thought Jacobs beat Triple G that time that I saw the fight. But you know, this fight is going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Canelo, but I think it's going to be one for the books and definitely a show for the fans.
So you see him winning by decision?
Yeah, it can go either way, but I feel like Canelo's going to have he has the best advantages, the best abilities.